Hey everybody, how's it going today? Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you're having a good time loving yourself or loving who you're with. You're doing great, whatever you're doing. As you know, we're almost done with the first beta release of FQAuth. We have one more task of coding, and then it's just management, I guess, of the packages and GitHub, and then we're adding more features and we're setting up deploy scripts. So getting close. Yeah, we hit 100 folks on YouTube. So we did the Thai stream last Thursday. That was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for the follows and for celebrating this milestone with me. And we're almost close to another Thai stream on Twitch. We're about 17 away. Thank you for the new followers recently. And with that, let's hop into it. So we got Xcode open here. And we just have some random test open that we worked on end of last week. And our main task is going to be to write another scheduled job, just like, this test was kind of testing part of one of those. And yes, we do got a Valentine's playlist going on today. I'll post it in the Discord later. Just waiting for those tests to build. But while they're doing that, we can go ahead and where do we want to do this? Yeah, so we have, I guess we could talk about what we're doing. We store a refresh token when someone signs up in our database. And for now, it's just a random string. We probably want to make it a JWT at some point to like hold more information in it. And we can set an expiration date on these, but Postgres does not automatically delete them. Postgres has a lot of nice features, but I guess this is one that didn't make it yet. I know Redis has this feature, which is nice. We don't need to do anything special for things expiring in Redis. But here in Postgres, we do. So we have a jobs section here. This is the Apple jobs, and this is actually outside of the Apple purview. This is about our own refresh tokens. So we have, like, here's our top level sections. Apple and Google, we haven't done Google yet. Web, I guess we haven't done anything on web yet either. But our basic configuration, and then auth, which is, I guess, our stuff that is kind of core to FQAuth. Maybe this goes into DB, like this is a scheduled job that goes in here. So we can import Vapor and import queues, and I guess this can be cleanup expired refresh tokens scheduled job, and we can inherit from scheduled job. And then, of course, we can take the autocomplete help from Xcode, excuse me. And let's actually do the async one. Let's do try await. That's a lot of fun. So I know what this is going to look like. This is going to be just one SQL statement like delete every refresh token whose time has expired, really. So we don't need to like queue up different jobs. We can just, this is just a one-time SQL statement. But we do kind of want to get out of the job context so we can test this. Probably want something like static func execute SQL, I guess, just for now. We'll probably pick a better name in a moment. And we're just gonna pass on through, I guess we need the database and the logger is what we needed on other ones. And of course we can try await. So this will be context dot application dot database. And we will also need a logger. Although, does the database have a logger? Let's see. So if we say, and this has to be a SQL database. Oh, so we have to import Postgres logger, Postgres kit, Fluent Postgres driver. So it does have a logger, but we're kind of in a job. So I kind of want to use the jobs logger. That's what we did in the other jobs anyway. Context.logger. So this will be logger of a logger. And yeah, we need to force cast this. This is something that Vapor knows about. They are going to be fixing this in Fluent 5, I believe, which is still a ways away, but it's on its way. So for now, we have to do this force cast. And we can rename the file. And I guess we can start with start sketching out a test for this. So that's the Apple section. Refresh token. I guess we can stick it in here with refresh token. Tests. So we can import the app, put testable in front of it. And write this test out. Let's copy the file name, paste the file name, XC test case. Yeah, I guess we want to show that an expired token gets deleted and a not expired token does not get deleted, I guess, is our two test cases. Doesn't delete unexpired tokens. So then I guess in our setup, we can create some tokens and show they get deleted. So I think we should get inspired by some of our other tests. Where's the setup? Close other tabs. So then we can define app. which means we need to import Vapor. And wait, why does this not override? Oh, because I didn't import XCTest. Okay. And then we can go ahead and grab these. Hey, Bruce Lee, happy Valentine's Day to you too. Let's see, what do I got in the emoji bank? We got some heart spins. Yeah, so I think this is the last like programming task before we get into deploying for FQAuth. So we might finish this out today. We might release 0.1.0 today, and then start using it, I guess. Well, I guess getting the deploy scripts up and going, which should just going to help us start using it. Let's see. So we need the existing user ID just to hang on to that. And this is a user model.id value. Let's see. Does this wait on itself? Yes. So I think we can XCT unwrap here. Oh, this is supposed to be, yeah, just some string. There we go. So hopefully this compiles. Cool. So this should create a token for us. Let's see, what does our signup repo actually do? Let's scroll on down. Insert into sign with Apple, we insert a user. So this does not actually make the refresh token for us. So we will also need to do that. I guess that means calling login, right? And I think we have a login helper. We should probably use that. Let's see, those are test helpers. Auth helper.login. So this takes a request. The request is used to sign the JWT and to get a database. I guess really it's just creating this token on the database. Kind of torn. I kind of do want to use the mechanisms that we're using elsewhere in the app, but we don't actually log them in. We don't actually need to return something back to the user here, and that would simplify the test a lot by eliminating it just to the database. So actually, I wonder if it would help a lot if this creating of the token moved into here. And I think that should still help everything compile. Yeah, right on. Just clean up the spacing. And then we can delete this from here. And now we are... Oh, I guess it's used to... the purpose of having it out there was so that we kind of have it. Let's see, flat map throwing. Does this have the... Does this give us the model back out? And can we say model.refresh token? Let's see, let's just see if we can refactor this a little bit. Has no member refresh token? Well, then what is it called? Yeah, it's this model out here. Is it just token because this thing is called refresh token? Oh, because it's a one-time thing. We hash it right away. It doesn't exist anymore. Okay, I see why I did it that way. I see why I did it that way. Okay, let's discard all that. Let's see. Yeah, but I think I will keep this in here as the default. So then let's go ahead and create one. So this is going to be the existing user ID. And I feel like this device name is going to go away soon. I haven't found as good a use for this as I was expecting to. So I'll save this in our database. And wait. So this will be a try, I guess. And we might need to save this. We'll see. Oh, actually, we should do this in the test. So we can like create an expired token and an unexpired token. Let's see, maybe that goes on the same line. Something like that maybe looks the best. And let's start with, I guess, the symbol case of doesn't delete. So we'll create an insert one. We'll assert that there's one item in the refresh token model count. We'll run the job and then show that there's still one left at the end. Refresh token. Dot find dot, I guess, query on the database. Dot count. Yeah, and async does not work well with assert equals, so I guess we'll say before count. Should be 1. And I guess I'll also do an after count. Oh, this needs try await. And then we'll run the job right here. Which will be this clean up expired, well, not the test, job dot. We'll need to change the name of that in a moment. It's just a temporary name. And we need to force cast this to be an SQL database. We can pass in a test logger. And we need to import this type. So let's see, so this would be full Postgres, yeah, that one. And what's the problem here? Do I need async await? Yeah, I mean, try await. Yeah, there we go, like that. So if you go ahead and run the file. Oh, what's the problem here? Expected a close paren. Yep, that is true. Thank you, Xcode. Well, that worked expectedly because this doesn't do anything at all right now. So let's go ahead and make a failing test. Copy and paste that before count. It's going to be 1. After count should be 0. And the only change we'll make is that this is expired. And so we'll just say expires at time interval since now minus 6,000. Oh, and we need another close paren. Let's see. Now we have 2 big blocks of code, and the only difference is this one says 0, this one says 1. This one has an expiration date, and this one doesn't. I really want to kind of clean it up to make it more obvious what's the change between these 2 tests. Like we could do this. We could say run job. And the same thing down here. And this kind of has a lot of details too. We could probably get, and we use this 4 times, we could probably do this as a method, helper method as well. Async throws. Oh, and this returns a integer. And then, yeah, I think having the whole model here is fine. Let's put the 2 tests next to each other. And hopefully that makes it a little more obvious the changes because there's less text to diff. And let's get in the holiday spirit. Let's see. In front of or behind? In front? Maybe we'll do a quick pause for technical difficulties. Be right back. Okay, so we have this test passing, and this test says it's passing. We just haven't run it again yet. Cool. So we're expecting it to delete, but it did not because the job is not doing anything yet. So we have our two tests. So we can go ahead and implement this now. And it's going to be in this file, completely empty. So let's get to typing. Let's see. So when I say, where's the D key? There it is. db.execute SQL. So we can make an SQL raw. And we'll put this in a variable. And we're just going to ignore anything because we're just going to be deleting stuff. So this will be try await, I believe. And this should compile. Yes, build succeeded. So this should be, let's see, delete from, and what's the name of that table? Fresh token. Where? And then what's the name of the field? Expires at is in the past, I guess, right? And I believe it's all caps current timestamp. And I don't remember if I have to call it or not. Well, running the test will tell us. So let's just go ahead and do that. Test succeeded. Okay. And if we run all of them, did they really run? Do we really finish all this so fast? I feel like I'm blinking. Is it testing? Test succeeded. Okay. I was I'm like every simple task that I start, I'm like it always ends up taking longer than I expect, but this this is done. So I guess we can add it to our configuration. Configure. Oh, I call that queues, not jobs. So we got caps lock on. And we'll want to schedule this. And we call this clean up. And what do we want to do this? I guess daily. That one's at 9:9. Let's do it at 18:18. Why not? Wow. Okay. Let's commit. FQAuth. Job to clean up expired refresh tokens. Yeah, so then what's going to happen is if someone's refresh token has expired, then they'll just need to log in again, because when they go to refresh their access token, the refresh token will not be there, so they'll just need to log in again, which is exactly what we want to happen. Oh my goodness. So now our attention turns away from Xcode and to GitHub. Let's see, the name of this repository is FQAuth. And go ahead and merge this in. And then let's squash merge this. Oh, it's running the builds again. Oh, yeah, this is going to fail at the moment. I need to make one more push. Need to add the fixtures. Let's see, what do we need to do to release the fixtures in a safe way? I guess reset some stuff. See, do you need to go in sideways mode? Why can't I see it here? Oh, here we go. How do I reset the issuer ID? I thought this was going to be easier to reset. Let's see, what do you do? Reset issuer ID, make a tag, push up fixtures, so GitHub passes. Well, how is everyone's Valentine's Days going out there while I am trying to figure out how to do this? Is my issuer ID just constant? I might not be able to push up these fixtures then. Well, I guess we can tag 0.1 and do deployment stuff. And worry about the test passing at another time. I can't approve my own. Can I squamerge myself? Yes, because I haven't set up any protections. Delete branch. Sure. And then we can make a tag. I guess I'll just do this here. Switch to trunk. Go ahead and pull. Push tags. Wait, was that? Do you have any? Wait. Is there anywhere in here that I referred to the tag? I have to do this from the command line. Origin. Yeah, because in our deployment scripts, we refer to this in the, let's see, where's Nova? In the Heroku configuration. So this is the Docker file. And then where's deployment? Deploy. Yeah, so this can be 0.1.0. Yeah, you have to like refer to the tag before it exists, I guess. Yeah, I guess you need like one more worker for the scheduled jobs. Which I think you can run in process here in Vapor. Because I think Heroku lets you only have 2 processes. Which means we need to allow people to configure that. And I guess maybe, I think we'd have environment variable here and say something like limit to dynos, I guess, processes. Yes, something like that. And if that's true, then and we will want to start the processes. So let's go back to Xcode. Go to configure queues. And what did we call that? We called it limit to 2 processes. I wonder if we should call this running on Heroku, limit to 2 processes, or run scheduled jobs in main app. Let's click on the documentation for this. That's it. That's all we get. And how's this different from this one? The queue to run the jobs on, defaults to default. Oh, this is all the jobs versus just the scheduled ones. I see. So I guess we can have, maybe this would be 2 different ones. Run scheduled jobs in process and run other jobs in process. They just called it in process jobs. something like that to give people different ways to deploy this. And I think for Heroku, we just need to run the scheduled jobs in process. Although actually in Heroku, we don't need either of these because I think we can use they have like a cron job thing you can use to run the scheduled jobs as a command. But I guess for v 0.1.0, we can turn both of these on for Heroku. Oh wait, this is compile time. This should be just a regular if. And what's environment has no subscripts, really? I find that hard to believe. That's the environment name. .get. It's not a subscript. Okay. And it's capital environment to lean on. Both of these can throw. Okay. I guess this is a throws. I guess for Heroku we'll say no for the other jobs. I don't know why it's taking so long to build. Oh, and do I have to register those other jobs? Add a new queue job. Oh, this is for queuing up a job, right? Let's check the documentation. docs.vapor.codes. No, that's for sessions. Set under advanced. Queues, here we go. You must add it to your configuration session. Oh, okay. Okay, so this now becomes try, and we will need to register those jobs. So where are those jobs? I guess all the other jobs were Apple-related jobs. So consent revoke job. Email disabled job. These are all jobs for server-to-server notifications from Apple. Oh, missing a close paren. The refresh token job is something that one of our own jobs uses. Maybe this should be refresh Apple token, but that's neither here nor there right now. There'll be plenty of time for renames. Count deleted job. And I guess this should go before all the starting up, huh? And maybe these actually should go before the scheduled jobs. Hey, welcome to the chat, Bad Bear of Crimson Town. Hope you're having a wonderful and lovely Valentine's Day. Okay, so let's build. And while that's building, yeah, so I think that's all we need for Heroku configuration. And then for DigitalOcean, I also want to sort of offer some at least inspiration for folks. And I guess that might be something we'll work on next. And I guess where else might people want to deploy this to? I guess Amazon has Kubernetes as well, or like Fargate could get a demo going there. I think that's just going to be a little bit easier. Let's see, how did our build go? It says build succeeded, and there's 3 errors. Like, make up your mind, Xcode. So this is Heroku config and add queues configuration. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. Let's do this another time. Guess we could work on some Kubernetes configuration. I don't have Docker installed locally. It doesn't seem to run so well on Apple Silicon machines, in my experience anyway. especially when building for Intel, which is probably what you're deploying to. You're probably not building Apple Silicon Docker images and then deploying on Apple Silicon. You're probably deploying to Intel. Still, those are still the cheapest machines in the cloud. Let's see. Committed, we pushed. So now I think we can make a tag. Publish. I think there's a much newer version of Postgres out on DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean Postgres version. Does not say if that's easy for folks to update themselves. I guess we'll also want a Redis, but we can run Redis ourselves. I mean, I guess a lot of this stuff is just, I guess, inspiration for whatever people want to do with their deployments. Let's see. Obviously, I copy pasted this from my other apps. So maybe actually this should be a Helm template. Helm calls themselves a package manager for Kubernetes. I tend not to use it personally. Before it got mature enough, I have my own templating that I use for my own Kubernetes stuff, because all I'm doing is really changing the tag when I deploy. And so I've been using a Swift templating language for my Kubernetes templates. But for other people, they probably want something more universal like Helm. I mean, quick start guide is just brew install Helm. So I guess I need a Helm repo. I wonder if GitHub can host that for me. How to. Helm uses Go templates for templating your resource files. While Go ships several built-in functions, we have added many others. Sprig library. Include and required. Okay. I guess in production, we just need a database URL and a Redis URL. There isn't that much more configuration. We added 2 things for where you want to run the jobs, but in Kubernetes, you just want those as separate processes. That's totally fine. Yeah, I guess the other option, instead of using Helm, we could just have like flat YAML files that people can deploy to their cluster. In which case, I'm not sure if we want to do a full example or just the Kubernetes part. And if that's the case, we don't have to say DigitalOcean Kubernetes. We can just say Kubernetes. And we don't need to provide Terraform. We can assume people have their infrastructure already if they're using Terraform. Which means we don't need to provide an ingress. Just need the deployment, I guess. Yeah, so kind of like we did for Heroku, you could probably do something similar for Kubernetes here. Let's see, I guess I have to be inspired by myself or by the internet for how to write these from scratch. It's definitely been a very hot minute since I've written this stuff from scratch. So let's see. Where's all my Kubernetes stuff? Under infrastructure, I have my templates for my apps. And I guess we can just copy the API app, copy, paste that into here. And we can grab our tag. So this is the image. I guess we can call this auth Postgres URL, since that's the only database we support right now. Auth Redis URL. Maybe prefix it with FQ. And folks will need to pass this in somehow, which I guess is an argument for using Helm, because Helm is great for passing in values. FQAuth service. FQAuth app will be on port 80. This will be maybe another value that people want to configure is the number of replicas. We don't need node selection. Folks can do that on their own. Oh, do we have a health probe? Where's our routes? We do have a healthy. Yeah, so we'll have the main app and we'll have two workers. Which I guess need the same environment variables. And I'm not sure the best way to do a liveness probe for these. Let's see, this would be Postgres something. This would be Redis // something. I guess example.com. And the default Redis is like 6789, I believe, off the top of my head. It doesn't sound right. Default Redis port 6379. I was so close. Actually, I think because because Heroku kind of forces certain names for these, we kind of have to use the Heroku name for these. And these are, at least Kubernetes, like this is just what it's called to the app, has no relation whatsoever to the rest of the cluster. I guess we can make it look for a few different environment variables. Like if this doesn't exist, then check database URL. If this doesn't exist, then check Redis URL. But here we do need a command. Is that the syntax? Do I use one here? Let's see, where's one where I do use a command? Yeah, so it's just command. So this is going to be, we can copy from the Heroku YAML here. Yeah, we should do this for this one just to be explicit. Well, I guess here we're saying it's 80, so that's the default, but we can be explicit. So here we're not going to serve for the jobs. It's going to be, maybe the documentation will tell us. Run queues scheduled. Okay. So I think it's just queues scheduled is the command part of it. Everything else is boilerplate. So we don't need a host name or a port here. And here, I think we just leave off the scheduled. Is that true? How do we start the other one? This is how we run it in process. Yeah, so I think we just run queues. Workers should stay running in production. Yeah, okay. So I think that's the basics of the deployment. And I guess it's up to someone else to specify the ingress, I guess, or we could do a first pass at it. Just I'll have to put something in the docs if we don't offer something. I think I'm doing some custom ingress stuff for Underway, so I'm not sure if I want to share that or not, or if that's going to be helpful or not. Yeah, I'm using HTTP proxy. Not a basic ingress object. So I guess I'll add that as a README item. Let's come back to FQAuth. Yeah, so prereqs a Kubernetes cluster. A Redis instance running. A Postgres instance running. I guess we'll say accessible from the cluster. Hey Tukes, how's it going? Hope you're having a beautiful Valentine's Day. Let's say set environment variables. Or I guess gather the environment variables for these. Yeah, because you can configure Kubernetes to get the value of these URLs out of a secret. You can hard code them. You can kind of do whatever you want in Kubernetes. I guess deploy slash Kubernetes slash deployment.yaml. And I guess set up an ingress. And I'm not sure, I guess I need to find other folks that offer stuff to deploy in Kubernetes for examples of how detailed this should be. I mean, it's just a container and you run it. And you just need these two items. I guess I should tell people to specify these as secrets. Well, I don't know. I don't know how much help people need with configuration. But that is, I mean, I guess this is an example. Oh, and I noticed that the replica is up here on the deployment. It's not down. So if you replicate this, it's going to have multiple scheduled jobs and multiple FQAuth jobs. That's a problem. And we also need the okay. We also need the migration script thing. So we should split these out. So this will be scheduled jobs. We don't need the service again. Guess we don't need the name app here. Yeah, and I guess the service can stick with the main app deployment. That's fine. Let's paste it in first. Now, of course, you could use cron jobs in in Kubernetes to run a command instead of running this as a. I mean, there's just so many ways to deploy stuff. It can get overwhelming. Yeah, and then you can replicate this, I think, as many times as you want. I'm not sure how Vapor behaves, actually. But they're supposed to coordinate amongst themselves, is what I would expect. And I think the documentation actually says that as well. Yeah, you can scale it any number of dynos preferred. So if you want more, you can say this is like 56 or whatever. So I guess we should branch again. Now that we have a release, we can say Kubernetes YAMLs, Kubernetes scripts, Kubernetes installation instructions, say Kubernetes intro, or I guess we could just call the branch Kubernetes. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to do a Helm template and or see how other folks configure their. Oh, we just got a hydrate. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a beautiful Valentine's Day. Yeah, so that's the basics for how you deploy it in Kubernetes. Um, this would want to stay at 1, and these other 2 are free to scale up however you like. Some open-ended questions are, how do other people package this stuff up? Probably want to learn Helm at some point for how to get a nice configuration going. And I'll probably learn more as soon as I deploy this to my own servers. But yeah, that brings us basically to the halfway point of the stream. And we got done. We have a, oh, I should merge this in. I should merge this in and create O.2 or O.1.1, I guess. Did I push? And then we'll take our break and start on something else. How come it's not giving me the nice little, did I not push? Oh, okay, I didn't push. Say it's an example for now. Need to set up Helm scripts. Yeah, because you could, there's just so many different configurations you could do for where you get these environment variables. Yeah, that's enough of that for now. Create pull request. Let's squash this thing in. Delete that branch. Come back to trunk. I guess we can delete these 2 here as well. And then create a tag. Oh, I need a pull. How come I thought I wrote a commit message? Why is, oh, I named the pull request, but it didn't update the name of the actual commit, so it just says first pass here still. 0.1.1. Cool. So when we get back, I have a new project we could start on, or there's some for Swish, the scripting tool that I write for managing my iOS apps and such. I think it could use a little bit of work with templating, because right now when I make a new app, I'm just copy pasting stuff in, and there are some nice template projects out there. But I guess for templating, at least the Swish parts, like pushing to the App Store, generating an app icon, taking your screenshots, those are all Swish scripts that I can just give to you for an iOS app as part of like a template that you set up. So we can do that or start on a new project. But I'm going to take a break and enjoy the Valentine's music. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Nobody. Hey, everybody. Oh, I forgot the book. One more second. Hey, everybody. So after the break, we read a little bit from The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. Just came out. So this part is called The Source of Creativity. This is our source material, and from it, we build each creative moment. This content does not come from inside us. The source is out there, a wisdom surrounding us, an inexhaustible offering that is always available. We either sense it, remember it, or tune into it. Not only through our experiences, may also be dreams, intuitions, subliminal fragments, or are other ways still unknown by which the outside finds its way inside. To the mind, this material appears to come from within, but that's an illusion. There are tiny fragments of the vastness of the source stored within us. These precious wisps arise from the unconscious like vapor and condense to form a thought, an idea. It may be helpful to think of source as a cloud. Clouds never truly disappear, they change form. They turn into rain and become part of the ocean, then evaporate and return to being clouds. The same is true of art. Art is a circulation of energetic ideas. What makes them appear new is that they're combining differently each time they come back. No two clouds are the same. This is why, when we are struck by a new piece of art, it can resonate on a deeper level. Perhaps this is familiar, coming back to us in an unfamiliar form. Or maybe it is something unknown that we didn't realize we were looking for, a missing piece in a puzzle that has no end. That's interesting. I guess by source he means like inspiration. And he says source comes from outside and then it comes inside of us and it kind of condenses into a thoughts and it changes form, or I mean, yeah, I've heard people say inspiration comes from within or inspiration comes from without. So I guess I guess he says that that inspiration comes like into us, so it appears like it can come from inside, but it still comes from, I mean, it's still kind of abstract either way. Yeah, I was trying to make some space over the weekend to like listen in to kind of what's going on around me, sort of kind of intentionally tap into, I guess, what he's calling source, because I have so much to say already, and I also want to keep like on track, I guess. I want to stay fresh, I guess. I don't want my own thoughts to get stagnant. Often creativity is like the thing after the thing you're working on. Like this isn't the first time I tried streaming. This isn't the first time I've tried an open source app. I've tried these things before, and continuing to listen and tweak. Here we are. Who knows if this is the thing or if it's a thing after this thing. But this is nice. This is nice while it's here. Here we are in the present. So speaking of creativity, now that we kind of finished, we have a new tag of FQAuth, or open source sign-in with Apple server. It's up for folks to play with. I'm going to be deploying it myself later. I'm not going to do the first deployment on stream. So for now, for the second half of the stream, there's a new project I want to start, and or a big new feature on Swish, which is github.com. Which is a companion to SH, like a Swift scripting library to more easily run, what's it called? To more easily run, oh my God, just go to the, here we go. Thanks, GitHub. Autocomplete is so helpful sometimes, and other times it doesn't go where you expect. Yeah, so Swish is a scripting tool. I use it for pushing to the App Store, for generating my Xcode project, for taking my screenshots, for generating my app icons, and that's just for iOS. Use it for a lot of other things too, because I think in Swift, I mean, it's competing with Bash scripts, and I've written so many Bash scripts over the years, and I finally, it's the syntax, the control flow, a lot of things are it's just nicer to write it in Swift. So where's an example? Oh yeah, I guess I can show you kind of a more working example in here. So this is an iOS template project you can check out, and I contributed some Swish scripts to it for, let's do, I guess, which one should we show off? The app icon, I guess. Yeah, and I guess this opens up a different library. The App Store one also includes a library. You can see you just kind of provide a few things, and then it uploads it to the App Store. It runs the build, archives it, exports the archive. Now you could do this, I guess Fastlane is kind of a competitor to this, where you have to write it in Ruby. But who wants to write Ruby? We're all Swift developers, or at least if you're doing iOS, you know a little bit of Swift already. So yeah, I really like scripting in Swift. So right now, if you go to a random directory, I guess let's go to the desktop. You say swish-i, it'll generate something for you, but it's something that's like not that interesting. It's like it gets the date. It's like, oh, we'll fetch the date from the shell, and all it does is, I mean, I guess it's a nice little example, but it runs this from the command line, date plus %s. You can see it's just the seconds since 1970. And so we can interpret that and say, hey, this is the date. Now I was thinking we should probably have some more interesting templates, like say for pushing to the App Store. That'll sort of sketch something out for you, and then you can tweak it with just the options that you need. Because I think for getting started, like I've copy pasted so many times, and making this into a library wasn't as successful as I was hoping, because there's just so many options for Xcode build. So I think what I want to do is, instead of saying swish-i, I also want to provide swish-i like initialize with like App Store, or swish-i with like iOS plus Mac OS plus Watch OS. Like have a few different like templates that we just set it up for you. is my idea. Anyway, so I guess let's go over to the Swish source code. Okay. Make sure we have the latest, git pull. And then let's open this up in Xcode. Yeah, so I guess what's next is we're doing Swish templating. We'll start on the new project maybe another time. And iOS scripts template. Yeah, I'm not competing with other iOS templating things. Just I think if you want to use Swish, you probably want to make it easier to get started with. Let's see, let's Command D, make sure we're building. And then after that, I guess we'll Command U. And I guess while we're waiting on that, we can kind of look at this init command. Okay, let's Command U to run all the tests. So I have this concept of a scaffolding file. I think I want to make like a bunch of these for the different templates, I guess. Initialize with a template name. For example, iOS scripts. So I think this would take like, an argument like the template name, perhaps. And then given whichever template name it is, it creates those files. Like this is great for a tiny example, but this is all in all not that interesting of just the date. Push into the App Store, now that's exciting. So how do we want to do this? I'm thinking, well, I guess one drawback of having the scaffold files in here like this is I can't run them. I can't show that it compiles because it's all just text. I have to actually like initialize it and run it. So I think what would be cool is if I had like a directory of these things. Let's open this up in Nova instead of Xcode so we can kind of see everything. Xcode doesn't always show everything. So we could have something like, almost like the demos folder. Maybe call it like templates. iOS app with Xcode Gen and App Store and I mean, we can get pretty lengthy with a number of options. So I guess we can just call this multi-platform. Maybe call iOS multi-platform or Apple multi-platform. Or we could just start with iOS, and that would have screenshots, App Store, and the app icon strips kind of ready to go. The other option would be to sort of add these in one at a time. So you would say like swish-i, you would get initial thing, and then you would maybe swish-a to add swish-a add screenshots or something like that. But I guess the power of doing it all at once is, well, folks can just delete it if they don't want it. Modifying the package.swift is actually a little complicated. It's not that pretty. What I was doing was I was because you have the package variable here. I was saying like package dot targets like plus equals or like append or whatever it is. I was doing something like this to like add things, and then because you just have to append them to the end of the file, so you don't have to actually edit it. Yeah, so if we do something like this, we have like templates in here that we can like ready to go and run. Then we can test that they run easily. And secondly, we can, I was thinking we could like, we could have a Swish script to like package this up like a pre-run script that would, this would be kind of self-hosted. It would list all the files here and create code that matches the, where are they? Where's the scaffold file? Like create a bunch of these scaffold files in like some folder. So we would like generate a file that looks like this for each template. So it would kind of like show off the power of Swish as a way to generate code. And then when someone goes to run it, all the templates are inside the binary already, because on Mac versus Linux, where the resources go, because Swift Package Manager does have resources you can add, and you can see I use that in the tests. I like copy some fixtures over, but I've had trouble with packaging this up with as an executable. So I think that's the motivation for wanting to keep them inside the executable. I hope that makes sense. So I guess like so I guess this would have a we could just totally set it up in here. With the basics, of course. And a package.swift. And this we can just be inspired by ourselves. So we'll say the name of this package is the Swish scripts. The executable target will be, I guess we'll start with the App Store script. Which means it'll be helpful to have the XC run package, and I forget what's the latest tag for this. Let me check. .3. And then this will have some sources. Oh, and we'll have to add this as a dependency. No, not a new file. A new folder for, I guess, the App Store script. And I guess this can come inside. We'll call this App Store main.swift. Import sh. And of course, this will be in @main. And let's not actually do any scripting right now. Let's just say hi, or we can be a little fancy. We can do it from Swish. We can print something to the terminal. We can echo hello. So this is just kind of the basics of the tiniest little template we could make. Bad Bear of Crimson Town says nice playlist today. Thank you so much. So I think the next step is we want to sort of detect all these so that the init command can use them. So I think that's going to be a this is going to be like recursive. This is going to have its own bunch of scripts. And I guess this will be called build. Call the script build. think Python does something recursive too. Like there's PyPy, which is Python implemented in Python. And we'll just print for now, just as we're kind of getting set up a little bit. Let's see, let's get inspired by ourselves again. Let's copy paste this package.swift. These are kind of a lot to write. This will only depend on, we may not need to depend on sh here. And they'll have one executable target called build that we just mentioned. And I guess we'll pass this in as a dependency for now and then delete the other ones. Tukes96 asks, what do you like most in Swift that other languages doesn't have? I guess as far as features goes, there's definitely other languages that have things that Swift has. I guess Swift just has them all together. Like Rust is a completely new runtime. I like that Swift is a completely new runtime. Swift has optionals, like Haskell has optionals, Kotlin has optionals. I think even Java and Objective-C have optionals. Swift has pretty syntax, Kotlin has pretty syntax, Ruby has pretty syntax. Swift has types, Kotlin has types, Rust has types, Haskell has types. I guess it's just all of them together at the same time in just the right way. Tukes asks, so in other terms, you see Swift as the most complete? Yeah, because I guess Kotlin still runs on the JVM, which is a plus for a lot of people, but I like that Swift, we have automatic reference counting. We don't need garbage collection. I think that's a big plus. Most complete. I mean, Swift is like missing stuff in terms of ecosystem though, right? Like Rust, Node, they both have bigger ecosystems. TypeScript has types. Bruce Lee says arc for the win. Yep. Thanks for the question. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is my favorite language right now. I feel like it's growing well. Yeah, we have async await now. We didn't have async await, 2-3 years ago, whatever it was, and now we do. Like Node had async await and Swift didn't. Yeah, so it's a huge win. I guess it just looks pretty to me overall, in a way that Node and Rust and Haskell don't. But I'm sure there's people that find those languages pretty as well. I see some beauty in them too. I don't think they're ugly, but they're not my favorite, and that's okay. You should definitely write whatever language you find most interesting. Let's see, so if I run Swish build here, inside of my Swish package, does it work or does Swift Package Manager complain? Now that we're installed through Brew and not running it directly, cool, it works. Tuke says, I was waiting for pretty. Oh, you know me too well. You know I love pretty things. Cool, so we got our echo here. So I guess we can say like, we want to do like detect templates. We want to load templates, generate an enum with all the templates. Bad Pair of Crimson Town says, lol, guess, what do you mean by pretty? that's a funny question, but it's totally fair. What do you mean by pretty? I guess kind of like you have like an possibly unexplainable positive reaction towards something, um, like Rust, TypeScript. These are all Kotlin. These are all fine languages, but I guess Swift makes me excited. um, I guess some people might call that an X factor, um, or like the color purple. I find that a very pretty color, as you can tell by just being around me for 5 minutes. And I didn't like choose purple and then make everything purple. I have kind of an unexplained reaction towards purple. Like it just makes me so happy when I see it. So I guess that's kind of what I mean about pretty. I think some people might see pretty as it fits as one standard the most, kind of a fascist interpretation of the word pretty. And that's certainly not what I mean about it. It's very personal and individual what I mean when I say pretty. I don't really like standards in that way. Okay, so detecting templates. So, oh, and Tuke says Chris Plattner did a good job, great guy. Yeah, he kicked this whole thing off, didn't he? And I guess we'll convert these to comments so the compiler doesn't get too upset. But from here, we can switch back to Xcode. Let's see, which directory are we in? Oh, it's confused. Bad Bear Crimson Town says thumbs up. Thank you. Do I not have a package.swift? Null cannot be opened? Yeah, Xcode gets so confused. Okay, it even crashed. Perfect. Okay, let's try it again. No, don't open everything. You're gonna confuse yourself again, Xcode. Yeah, Apple does this a lot, or computers in general. Like things crash, so it tries to open everything again. Like, well, how do you think you crashed, little computer? You opened too many things. I wish it would just default to like just starting again in default state. Or I guess going back to the reading from the book earlier, I guess he's talking about like art like resonates something like deep inside you, or something that's maybe already there, or you're getting some new information. Yeah, I guess something like that too, perhaps. Let's see, do we want a type for this or just keep these as static functions? I guess for now we keep these as static functions and convert to object-oriented later if we need to. So this is going to be file manager.default. We want to get a directory listing. And I thought it was called list. Maybe it's called enumerate. Enumerator at path. Directory net, so from a deep enumeration of the directory at the specified path. No, that's not exactly what it is. Let's check the documentation. Not too blind to see. Earls for, not exactly, but close. Oh, these are system directories. Contents of directory. That's what I'm looking for. Contents at path, contents of directory. Took says, what do you see the future of native mobile dev with all this cross-platform solutions and JS everywhere, especially with browser becoming more powerful with more features? That's a great question, and to be honest, I don't have a great answer. Yeah, I see like Flutter and Dart and React Native browsers becoming more prominent. I don't really look over there that often. I see that they're having fun. Bruce Leaf says WASM plus WASI, woohoo. Let's see if we can translate this. I think WASM is web assembly. Where's Safari at? Yeah, so I think there's a Swift plugin or whatever it's called to generate, so you can write your JavaScript in WebAssembly in your browser. I think is what that's for. And then what's WASI? Is a modular system interface for a WebAssembly. Oh, is this the plugin that Swift hooks into? I don't actually know. I write my websites in JavaScript, surprisingly enough. So this is going to be the templates directory. And let's see, call can throw. So let's try. Let's go ahead and throws. Let's see, if we call these template names, do we want to keep these as, I guess we might want to not allow hyphens because that's not going to compile. And we might want to keep these as underbars or something like that. So we have the template names. I guess just for now, let's just print them out. Make sure we're all working. And we can swish build. Oh, we wanted to, oh, it didn't print anything out. Bruce Leaf says, oh, I missed a message too. Took says, Swift UI was a great move to add declarative programming, just like Jetpack Compose, but I see more devs using cross-platforms. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, write once, debug everywhere, or if it's not that complicated of an app, just write once. Yeah, it is enticing. And if you want to do it, you should. I wrote my Android app in Kotlin. I wrote it native. My websites are in JavaScript. Those are, I guess I would say, native. That's just kind of my approach to do things natively. But you should do what tastes best to you. I don't think there's, going back to what the question about prettiness, like whatever's pretty to you, you should do. I don't find it pretty, so I tend not to do cross-platform stuff. So we did not get any template names. Oh, because we didn't call it. Okay, let's uncomment that. And then add the try. Cool, so it detected that one. So then we want to I mean, I guess detect and load aren't that different. So what is this going to be? This is going to be, I guess, a dictionary of names to a list of files, perhaps? Something like that. So we need to define scaffold file. Oh, Bruce Leaf says, I think it's fair to assume that if JS can come to mobile, then other mobile development languages will come to web at some point. And any language can make anything. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to make my website in Swift UI, like, or make my Android app in Swift. Like, that would be nice. That would be one reason that I would go cross-platform, because I just have so much code in Swift. I think that's one of the reasons that drove people to do cross-platform. Was like, I have all this Ruby code. I want to make an iOS app out of it. And so they made Ruby Motion, and then everyone, like, I guess JavaScript is like, a lot of people learn JavaScript first because you can just run it in your browser. It's free. You don't need an iPhone. You don't need a Mac. It's just a browser, and browsers are free these days. Remember when browsers weren't free? I remember my mom paying $50 for Netscape. What a time. Netscape 6. Yeah, so let's define this thing. Did I answer the question? Or did I get distracted? Future of native. I guess we kind of talked about that. I mean, I guess with like AI coming out too, like what's going to happen to artists or whatever, I still think that humans love humans. Humans desire human touch. Even if you can get away with it, I feel like there's still going to be an audience for real people making apps, for real people writing poems that are not AI generated. And I guess on the Mac, this is true. Like, there's a long tradition of indie developers on the Mac making only Mac apps. And I guess we can copy this from. I guess we'll just have 2 copies of this. It's like the tiniest struct in the world. I'm definitely going to get confused, though, with all these things named Swish. Oh, I guess this one, I guess they are going to be different. It's just going to have the same fields, but the methods on them are going to be different. Okay, so let's paste this in for now. Does this get called from here? Then I guess we can loop, I guess. Oh, I should switch back to Xcode for the nice autocompletes. Template names dot reduce. Did you try Go? Yes, I have tried Go. It's okay. I have some merge pull requests in Go. Because I guess like Kubernetes and Terraform, like a lot of big infrastructure things are written in Go. So if I needed a pull request in them, I had to. I don't like how small the standard library is. Some people see that as a plus. I don't. How do you like Go? Tukes asked, how many languages do you know? Like how many have I been paid to write in, or how many have I written? I guess, how many languages do I know? Swift, Kotlin, Java, Groovy, Ruby, Python. I guess I don't know C#. I don't know the Microsoft languages. JavaScript, TypeScript. What else is out there? Go. I haven't really looked. I've looked at Rust, but I haven't written any Rust. So we'll say no to Rust. I guess this is like we can go with this list for now. Oh, and then there's stuff like Bash. Does Bash count as a language? HTML, CSS. Different templating languages. Okay, so template names we want to reduce. So I guess we're going to get a full directory listing now from the file manager. File manager.default. It's not called list, right? It's enumerator at path. Yeah, I've done PHP a long time ago. Back when it was like PHP 3 or something. Oh, I guess I have done, it's not called Active Record. What was the Microsoft thing called? Active Object. Yeah, I've done a little bit of that back when I was like a long time ago. Let's see, so we're going to enumerate, and let's check the documentation on this. What exactly does it do? Directory enumerators. Let's give all the files. If path has a file name, do I have to skip directories? I guess we can check if it has Swift has an extension for now. Objective-C, yeah. Objective-C was the only language for iOS when you could start writing iOS. So yes, I learned Objective-C. Assembly, I did assembly in grad school. Objective-C is one of the best. It was fun. It was like, oh, I guess Smalltalk. I've done some Smalltalk for, it was called Super Collider. You ever done Super Collider? Super Collider Smalltalk. Just go to it. How do I get to Super Collider? Is it dead? Well, it's a way to like programmatically make music and platform for audio synthesis. Yeah, that was fun to play with. How long have you been coding professionally? A very long time. Longer than I've been alive. Self.cool, says Bruce Lee. Whoa, no, what is this? Oh, are you talking about Super Collider? Yeah, it was just a way to programmatically make music. I went to a show or two where they were writing Super Collider in New York City. Bruce Lee says, I wish I messed with Smalltalk more. Never touched it, but I know of it. Yeah, I guess Objective-C and Ruby are like heavily inspired by Smalltalk. Smalltalk was Alan Kay's language. Alan Kay has at least, I want to say a big influence, but at least some influence on Stephen P. Jobs. Yeah, we can copy out of the next object as string has suffix dot swift. So if this is true, then we can append to result. Do you enjoy living in New York? Asked Tus. Yes, I do. I don't like cars. Well, there's a lot of reasons why I moved here, but no cars was a very big draw. Also, I love national parks, and the more people that live in a city, the more room there is for national parks. So this will be, see, is this going to give us the full path? Let's just print. And then either way we'll return result. Missing return and closure? No, I'm returning. Oh, I see. Here. It is super expensive though. Yes, a lot of people want to live here, which makes it expensive. A lot of rich people want to live here, which pushes a lot of other people out, unfortunately. There's not very, if I want to stay in the US, there's not very many cities there where you don't need a car. Like even in San Francisco, you need a car. Bruce Lee says, yes, that is why we need to subscribe and donate bits. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, that would be nice. I would love that. Let's see, so we're building, and then when I run it, it didn't print anything. What if I just print file? Should print the template names too. Like, I'm not sure we're not getting anything out. So, oh wait, is it because it's just the name, right? It's just the name, so we have to say template slash name because we're in the templates directory. Let's try that. There we go. Now we're getting duplicates of things. Oh, because I have two prints. Okay. And I actually want all the files. I don't want to limit it by .swift. But I do want to check if I'm getting directories. Yeah, so, oops, thanks. Bad Bear comes in town, says, heart, city, heart. Yes, I heart cities. So will this tell me if it's a directory or not? Let's look at the documentation. Has class methods for obtaining attributes of the existing path. Attributes of item. Just want to know if it's a directory or not. Because if it's a directory, I want to... Well, that's already handled on the other end of what I'm doing. I just need to... This thing just wants to ignore it if it's not a file. Oh, I think... yeah, so this is a string, so we can say file manager.default.is readable file at path. Again, let's just print again for now. That was not what I expected. So we have like 2 directories and 1 actual file. That's like random. See, there are files. Is this like not readable or something? Let's see, maybe there's another option we can do. Maybe we can do is returns a boolean whether a file or directory exists at a specified path. There should be a is directory on here. Contents of directory enumerator. Just like skip the directories. Will this do it? An array of strings is containing the path of an item. Yeah, we might need to do this including properties because I just want to know if it's a directory like easily. Oh, now we're like kind of in Objective-C land. Let's see, is there a key for... Yes, there is a key for is directory. Okay. So let's try this again. File manager default dot including properties for keys. Oh, now we need an URL. String. Tuke says for job you're mainly writing Swift. I'm not sure how to answer that. This is Swift. Here it is. File path. Let's see. So this will be templates plus next. And can I remove this part? It's only available with Mac OS 13 or newer. Oh man. No, I mean for you contracting job. I do not currently have a contracting job. If you have one though, that would be fun. So I guess I have to do a version check. And my something's off here. As URL. So I guess we'll do a version check here. Fat Bear Crimson Town asks, is there somewhere we can donate to your cause other than Twitch? I guess I have a Ko-Fi set up. I was thinking like for people that want subscriber benefits but don't want to subscribe on Twitch, there's that. Oh yeah, GitHub sponsors. Where's the GitHub sponsor link? I think I linked to it from my website. Sponsor. Yeah, here we go. So there it is. Duke says, sorry, I thought you were freelancing. Just trying to build an audience and sell my apps, I guess, at the moment. Or donations or whatever. Bruce Leaf says, join me and we will sponsor the full queue. Aw, that'd be nice. Where's the extra curly brace? Oh, I'm missing one here. Okay. And I know we're failing, but yeah, okay, here we go. So here we can say Earl file path self. And then we'll do the if available. Otherwise, we'll do the old one. Earl file Earl with path self. Oh, and these needs returns, I guess. Bad Bear Crimson Hat says, thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Full Q. Thank you. Tuke says, indie mobile developer. Yes. Bruce Lee says, indie Full Q developer. He does everything. Quite a bit of things. One of my previous themes was all stack developer, and that was too many things. I had to limit it to just full, because I do feel very full, very satisfied and happy, and there's a full queue of things to do. I am not bored at all. In fact, I need to like stop myself from working, because still need to take a weekend, even if you're having fun. Yes, we have Earl. So we want to enumerator. So we'll say templates with next dot. I'll say as Earl, and both of these are non-optional, so I don't think I need the question mark there. And then the properties for keys. This is the NS is directory or something like that. Bruce Leaf suggests join the Discord if you haven't, and there's the Discord link in the chat. It's also on my website. So keys, okay, here, and NSEarl is directory key. This is the one that we want. Hop back to, oh, I am in Xcode. Oh, I have an extra close paren. Okay. Has been renamed. Okay. Let's try building again. And this warning is unused. Okay, so we have an enumerator. Let's try this enumerator instead. Let's comment out that enumerator. Let's Command B. Tuke says, are you planning to working for new app or working on Metro app? I've got so many ideas. The Subway app is the one that's making a little bit of revenue. Not enough to cover rent in New York. Let's see, I guess it's still optional. So I guess I want to guard. Guess let's just fatal error for now. No, let's throw. create enumerator path this will be a string, this will be a error, and we'll throw one of these. Tuke says you don't want to come back to full-time job in remote. I'm open to it. If there's a place where I can kind of be a little bit more creative, I am certainly open to it. If you have a recommendation, I think like a lot of big companies want you to act in a certain way. I'm not saying all big companies because I haven't worked at every big company. I feel like they want you to work towards a certain way. They have their own idea of what pretty means, I guess. So now this file, oh, this is a string? Then how do I get the included properties? This could be anything. Duke says, I'm sure you get proposals with all the experience you have. Yeah, I guess I focus my marketing on my apps, not on my freelancing. But I'm certainly open to a freelance contract or a full-time contract if you know someone that needs a little iOS help, or a Swift on the server help. I can probably help them out, and they'll probably be happy with what they get, I would like to think. So if this is an enumerator, but it's returning back strings, I don't know, maybe these aren't strings. Let's print what we get out. Yeah, these are not strings anymore. Okay, so let's check out the documentation for this. That's good. I didn't want this to be a string. It's an URL. It's an error handler. Oh no, that's just the error handler. Number of levels, file attributes. A dictionary with the attributes of the most recently returned file. Oh, okay. Still, it doesn't say what they are. Seems like they're not strings anymore. Tuke says, I thought there's a big demand for iOS developers in the US. Yeah, there might be. I guess I need a little help finding them, I guess. Finding the demand. Let's see, maybe these are URLs. Let's try putting them as URLs. Yes, they're URLs. Okay. Oh, but they're not. They're like the full-length URLs. Ooh, that is one drawback here. Yeah, the previous one was like relative paths, which was perfect for what I wanted to do. This means I have to redo the, like, be aware of where the paths are. Yeah, I don't want full URLs. So there's got to be a better way to figure out if this is a dictionary or not. Enumerator. create a file, remove a file, replace item. There's got to be a way to say like is directory, right? Like, why does this take an unsafe mutable pointer? Now we have file exists. Get relationship. Determines the type of relationship that exists between a directory and an item. This is also unsafe mutable pointers. I don't want to mess with those. Delegate, current directory path, unmount. Duke says, just checked, and indeed in New York, there's more React.js developers than iOS. That makes sense. Yeah, people really like cross-platform stuff. And websites are still very important. Let's see, Swift file manager is directory. Oh, it sticks it back inside of a, holy crap. File status is dir is not. Oh my. Why is this so complicated, Apple? Let's see. I think PathKit does this. And copy code out of there. Are you interested in switching to web, says Tukes? No, I am not. I like writing my own websites. I like writing my own apps, and I think I'm going to make the Subway app for web at some point. Is directory. Okay, I guess this is the best we can do. I guess let's stick this on. I guess this is a string. Yeah, so let's stick this at string. Yeah, I think this is why I like little libraries like PathKit exists. I really don't want to add an unnecessary dependency though if I don't need to. So let's try this again. Let's go back to the other enumerator. File manager.default.enumerator at path. This guy right here. Let's comment this out. So this is a string again. And this is let enumerator equals this. Then we can say if file dot is directory I guess let's see if this works. It might need like the full path or something. Looks like it worked. Oh, this did not get detected as a directory, though. God. How did this not get detected as a directory? I bet it needs to be like a relative path or something. No, this is still a file. What is your problem, Swift? Well, let's see. What's the problem of reading in a directory? What happens if I read a directory? Oh, and this is not exactly what I wanted to do. I meant to do this. Now everything's a file. Yeah, I might need to get a little help from a path library here. Oh, or I think we have system, right? Import system. Does system have something we can use here? Because I think in system we have file path. What does this have on it? Let's take the dot off to make the compiler not confused. So we can make one. And then what else? This is for splitting up a path. Is absolute, is empty, is relative, last component, stem string. There's still no is directory on this thing, though. Let's see, let's calm down on that a little bit. What happens if I just load the data from there? Data, contents of a file, and is this gonna throw? Oh yeah, we can just do string. Print contents. File cannot be opened. So it can't open up directories. Okay, maybe we can use that to our advantage. I'll say could not open file. And then we have presumably the contents here. Expected a close paren. Yes, you did. So it could not open everything. Okay. Wow. Maybe it needs the relative path. Nope, it just can't open anything. Let's add the error. Because there is no such file. Oh, it needs the full path. So templates plus the name, template name, which is, yeah, it is next, right? Oh, and then we need, yeah, even down further. Something like that. Cool. So now only the directories failed, which is great. So then we can clean this out a little bit. Let's see. So yes, we want to reduce, but I guess this is a I don't know if we can do a reduce with an enumerator. So let's just make a results here. This will be a list of scaffold files. This will be next equals results. Yeah, it's a let constant. So we want to, I guess, merge the dictionaries. Merging other. Oh my God, thank you, autocomplete. That's a lot. So we want to make a dictionary in here of next to results, and then this will just overwrite with the latest. It's never mutated. Cool. So in here we can say, I have like result and results. I don't like this. Call it files. Files dot append new element. So we have the contents. Ooh, I guess we don't exactly have this all split up. Just have like the full path. But I think we can use file path here. And have this split it up for us. File path dot components. And let's print out the components for now. We're going to have to figure out exactly what we want to do here. I was hoping it would show something a little bit more interesting than that. Okay, this error, let's comment that out. I don't care about that right now. So we're getting a slice. So if I make this a string again, it does not like that. Cannot convert to file path component view. So is this a file path? No exact matches. So what am I supposed to do with the components? Oh, this is cool. Path.components that remove all if the kind is the current directory. So, oh, it just removes the dot. Okay. That's not as exciting as I was hoping for. So from a component view, how do I get back to a path? Yeah, so we can get the last component, but how do we get the directories up to there? We have a component view, and this has... What does this have on it? It's just like a collection of things? Encodable, decodable, collection. So it must be a collection of components, which I guess is this thing. And how do I, so I can get it back to a string. Okay, so keep trying to command tab back to Xcode. So components dot, yeah, so I'll drop the last, and then can I say dot string? Or, so it's a list of components, sequence of components. So I'm gonna join them? I guess not. So is this a file path.component? Equal sign. it's a slice of file path component view, which is what? Which is what? So we can append. I just, lexically resolving, what does this do? Create a new file path by resolving subpath relative to self, ensuring that the result is lexically contained within self. Okay, I just want to get like the last couple, just want to get the file path really. Oh, I guess another way to do it would be to say, instead of trying to fuss with components, we can say file path dot removing last component. There we go. This will be file path dot last component, and I'm gonna force unwrap it. And we'll say if the name, we'll tab it in one. Missing argument label, contents of. Should be this. Oh, so we just say dot string, right? Yeah, so we got getIgnore, package.swift, and the main. Does that match what we're expecting? Templates. Package.swift, getIgnore, and main. Yeah, okay. Nice. I guess I'm kind of curious if I can use this last component to check if it's a directory or not. I don't think I can. Yeah, because even if it's a directory, it'll just return it. Yeah, so we'll keep, I guess we'll open it, try to open it. Is the way we're gonna have to do it for now. Then now that we have the templates, and I guess we kind of loaded them as well. We can generate some code. No, there's no way that it'll give me a nice indent for free. So let's make sure to call this. And I guess none of this is async. Let's just take that tag off. So then to generate, we want to yeah, I guess what I'm kind of envisioning is, I guess what we have over here, like we have this as code, right? So I'm thinking what would be nice is, I guess we'll have like a file named templates, and inside of there we'll have maybe this will all be in one file. No. I think we're gonna do it kind of multi-stepped. Say enum templates. We'll say like case. What do we have? Apple multi-platform. And we'll have var files. And here we'll say switch self case dot we'll return and we'll have like, because we don't want to, this file is going to get pretty big as we make more and more templates. So I think we'll have like we'll put all the scaffold files into something like this. I'm just sketching out what we're going to generate. And this can be static let. A list of scaffold file. That's kind of what I'm thinking is kind of the target. That way we still get IDs that we can use to like name them, but then the associated files don't clog up this file. They're kind of in associated files and nearby files, and these will all be generated, I guess. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I guess there's two steps. There's like generate template enum. Write contents file name of the template and then the files. And I guess we can swap back to Xcode here. Templates.map. This will be like template name and files in, and I guess this is actually a for each. Oops. Say right. Contents of file. Name is template name. Files is files. And I think that means we need a try here as well. Cool. So we can say that contents equal 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alex says, hello, how you doing? Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you're having a lovely day. And I guess this is really just need the list of names. Enum templates, which will be a type raw value string. Then we'll have in the middle we'll have we'll go through the templates and map them to be yep, that's too many closing curlies. $0. It's going to be a case with a dot in front of it, and then a new line. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Maybe we'll put a tab stop in there. Alex says, same to you, bud. I'm hanging in there. Right on. And then we can write this. Contents dot write. Oops. I thought we could just write a string. Pretty sure I can. What is wrong? Let's look at the string documentation. Joanna says, yo, quickly checking in for a bit. How are you doing? We are generating code that generates code. We are 8 levels deep, but it's going to be beautiful when it's done. And I can't remember how to write a string to a file. Yeah, write text. Or, can I just write to a path? I have to convert to a data first. Let's see. Let's check out data. And happy Valentine's Day to you, Joannis, by the way. Hope you're having a lovely day. Yeah, so we can just convert to a data, no problem. Bushleaf has his tinfoil hat on for this, right on. Bad Bear of Crimson Sound says, lol, 8 levels deep. Joanna says, need to import foundation. Yep, we got that already. Right, too, so we need to make an URL here. just diffused a bomb in Discord if anyone saw that. I have not been on Discord, no. Yeah, so this is basically going to be a, let's see, copy path. We're going to overwrite this one. As Earl. So we can run this and see how far we get. Oops, didn't mean to minimize that. It's kind of a Valentine song, right? It's like wishing you were here. Call can throw. It sure can. Oh, right. So this is, we just want the keys. Okay, you are a dictionary of strings to other things. The keys should be strings. Cannot convert to an array. Ah, yes, Jonas. Confirms it needs to be an array. Okay, so we made an array, and did it overwrite? It overwrit a little too well. Oh, because I'm using triple equals. Oh my god. No, that's not the problem. The problem is, do I need to join these? Let's join them with a new line and take the new line out the end. Cool. Now everything is good except for the name. I guess these will have to be camel cased or underbarred. We'll do camel case for now. What IDE is that? It's Xcode. And then for just looking at the whole file thing, it is a native app called Nova, made by Panic. They've been making Mac apps for a long time. Oh, look at that. Oh, thank you. That probably saved years off this. Just remove that dot. Everybody look aside. Yeah, so I guess, Alex, you're a little bit more familiar with Swish, and Joanna's just joined also. I can kind of walk through what I'm trying to accomplish right here. So in Swish, the default template is useless. It makes a, where is it? Under commands, init. Yeah, it's all hard-coded right now. It just makes a script where all it does is interpret this, which is, as you know, just prints the time interval since 1970, and we get a date from that. It's like it's showing that, oh, you can run a command and then interpret it as a Swift type. Isn't that great? That's great and all, but I wanted to make more templates, more. And I was thinking that having like the App Store script that you've seen, the app icon generating script that you've seen, the screenshot script, I feel like those would be great things that you could just say like Swish initialize with some template name is the idea. So that's the target. And then to get there, I made a templates directory, which is going to have our templates in it, so we can go in there and run it and see that it works. And then we're going to bundle it into the app, not by using the Swift resources, but by just generating an enum for us. So it's going to look kind of like this when we're done. And I guess that's what we were sketching out here. Yes, it's Nova, which is the text editor by Panic. Yeah, VS Code has more features, but it's just a little laggy sometimes. And Nova hasn't been. I think because it's native and not JavaScript is one guess. And let's see, let's put this out here. Cool, so we have the path, and this is going to be dash dot the template name. And then the contents. And then we'll try writing the contents basically as before. Just copy paste that. Now the contents. So this is going to be an extension on templates. Oops, I actually typed what I was saying. Oh, and this doesn't have the switch statement in it. Which is the point of this extension. So this is going to be switch on self. And now we can loop on through again. And here we do need the dot. Here we will return the template name with files at the end. So here we can define that. Static let, oh, I guess it's name here. And then this will be the list of scaffold files. So here we will enumerate. So this is going to be files.map. And from last time, we know we need to join at the end. And is this more readable? I mean, this is all kind of inside of a thing. I don't know if new lines are going to help or hurt this from being more readable. So this will be, can I do a triple quote inside of a triple quote, or is that too spicy? Is this actually working? Okay, that's just ridiculous. Compiler starts to sweat, says Bruce Leaf. That is awesome, but also a little ridiculous. I feel like just for readability's sake, I should probably do something else. So this is name, which is you can do things, you can do that within the map. Yeah. I guess I was just kind of assuming that triple equals was kind of absolute. Like this is This is pretty sweet, but also I wasn't expecting it to support this. We're even getting syntax highlighting. Going back to being 8 levels deep, we're deep in it now. So this is a single quote, comma, and then what else does the scaffold file have? Directory name and contents. And directory comes first. Contents. So how are we going to do this? Oh, okay. And then just $0.contents. Oh, we can start the Valentine's playlist over. That was... I'll post this in Discord later. But yeah, I had fun making... I haven't made a playlist. Well, I have made a playlist in a while, but it was fun making a themed one. I guess I made one for Thursday for the Thai stream. Let's see. What's missing? Close paren. Separator needs a comma. We probably put the comma in here, actually. Let's try it. Oh, because directory is optional. I think for here we should make for the let's just make this one non-optional because it's required in this context. And let's see what we got. So it's here. This got pushed all the way in a little bit. This is the old one. This file name. Yeah, I guess we should update the file name, but it looks like it kind of worked. Let's move them to the trash, come back to Xcode, and yes, we'll add files here. And then for contents, looks like we need to put this all the way at the beginning of the line. And since we're saying Swish build, we're kind of expecting it to build, so we can also run Swift build at the end, and let's output the output. Let's output the output to the terminal. Ooh, insufficient indentation. So what am I supposed to do then? Oh, maybe because I had it all the way out here before. Okay, that's fair. Let's try this. Then I think we can move this back to here as well then. Let's try it. Oh, because I had some stuff that I had sketched out but hadn't actually followed through with yet. Yeah, we're saying, oh, we'll take a template name, which is not implemented yet. And it builds. So yeah, we'll take in a template name and then actually we'll scaffold out the given template instead of always the instead of these. I mean, can't say this is too dumb, but you know, not as useful as a script that pushes to the App Store or generates your App Store icon. Bruce Leaf with the FQ success emote. Thank you so much. Oh yeah. And the indentation came out a little bit nicer. Oh wait, this is the other one. Let's see how the indentation came out. Yeah, not so exciting, but this is generated. Does not matter as much, I would argue. Nothing left to it but to do it. Let's see. Oh, and I guess we should git ignore this, right? Because this is generated. Git ignore. So that's copy relative path. And then we'll also need to update the GitHub script to brew install Swish. Yeah, because this should be. Yeah, because this actually fails now. I think something like that. Because even Swift tests won't run until we generate everything to have a executable that builds. Interesting. Maybe, well, I think this will be good enough for today. There's definitely some thought we need to put into here because we don't serve binaries out of Homebrew right now. Yeah, we'll be on a branch. It'll be okay. Git status. Git. Does it say the branch name? We're on trunk. Okay. Git check out -b. Templating, I guess. I'm not sure what to call this. Commit -m first pass at adding a, like, I guess if we check in the generated templates, then we don't have to then the build doesn't have to depend on Swish. I think that's the better call. That's a little too recursive. So let's edit the git ignore. Let's git add dot. Cool. First pass at, I guess it's like scaffolding or templating. It's scaffolding more templates or templating more scaffolds. Potato, tomato at this point, because I usually end the stream 45 minutes ago. Cool. So I guess we got this part done. Where is Obsidian? Cool. So what did we get done today? FQAuth is tagged and released. .1.1 Heroku deployment, a Kubernetes deployment. Yeah, this is done. Kubernetes deployment. I guess it's like more of a suggestion at this point. I need to like get an actual Helm template going for folks to use. That's just kind of my own notes at this point. But I can actually start to use it now in some of my projects and continue to fix it up. And then we did some Swish templating. Generating templating. I guess it's really scaffolding, right? Generating a scaffold given a name. That was kind of the task. And what did we get done on it? Made a templates folder to store templates kind of live. Like everything in here, like we can just CD into here and swish to show that it's doing something. Where was I? We detect all the templates, detect templates from that folder, and generate the necessary code inside of the Swish executable. Yeah, I guess for right now, any new scaffolds are going to be bundled with Swish. If we get too many, we'll look into some sort of plugin architecture. I guess because Swish is still so new, I'm not sure trying to teach people how to use templates right off the bat is going to be helpful to helping it grow. Yeah, that's what we got done. And next time is going to be actually, we're going to flesh out that scaffold and we're going to actually have the Swish executable do it. And let's see how our build is going. Swish. Actions. Still going. Oh, but it passed on Ubuntu, so it'll probably pass on Mac also. Or maybe it won't. Well, I guess we'll see. Cool. And with that, let's do the outro music. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Thanks for sticking around and hanging out. Thank you for the questions. You can follow me on Mastodon or sponsor me on GitHub, or of course join the Discord to hang out during the week. And oh, my schedule. Where is the schedule? Should be on my pinned post. I'll be back tomorrow with more narrated coding, probably work on this further. Man, I'm still so bad at outros. Please like and subscribe and all that stuff. Do something tonight that an AI cannot do, desire to do something, and then do it. Because that's fun. That's art. Good night, everybody. Thanks so much for watching.